I am saddened today to learn of the death of our former colleague, Mike Enzi. Mike Enzi was my friend. We were elected to the Senate the same year. Nearly a year and a half after pandemic losses has reminded us all that life is fragile and fleeting. Even so, Mike Enzi's sudden passing has left many of us stunned. It was less than 8 months ago when Mike came up to me on the floor and bade me farewell as he entered his retirement. As I said, we were elected to the Senate in the same year. He was a staunch conservative Wyoming Republican. I'm a proud Democrat. But over the years, we found grounds for friendship. We disagreed on a lot of issues, but we respected one another and we trusted one another. Trust in another's character and motives is sometimes seen to be in a dwindling supply in this chamber, but it's essential for the Senate to function. Mike Enzi of Wyoming knew that. He was willing to reach across the aisle and look for partners. The most unlikely political alliance I can think of was Mike Enzi co-chairing a committee with Senator Ted Kennedy, of all people, on education. Several years ago, he even reached across the aisle to ask me to join him in a legislative effort. It was one that I was aware of. Byron Dorgan of North Dakota had been one of the early authors of this legislation. It was basically designed to help small businesses in Main Street America have a fighting chance in the age of Amazon. Over the years, we'd seen too many mom and pop stores and other small businesses crushed by competition from online retail giants, in part because of an unfair advantage. Unlike brick and mortar merchants, online-only retailers didn't have to pay state and local taxes. That's unfair, and it created an advantage for the online marketers over the small businesses on Main Street. Communities and states had a harder time paying for schools, police protection, and other vital services as more sales shifted to online and sales tax revenue fell. As a former mayor and retailer owning a shoe store, Mike Enzi understood well how the unfair taxing system hurt brick and mortar retailers, and it also hurt state and local governments and their taxpayers. He had a solution called the Marketplace Fairness Act to apply the same sales tax rules to all retailers. Simple, basic fairness. He asked me if I would be his Democratic partner in this effort. I agreed. Our bill passed in the year 2013. Later, a Supreme Court decision clarifying that state and local governments have the authority to collect online sales tax made our bill unnecessary. But during the time we worked together, Mike Enzi was a good partner. He practiced what he called the 80% tool. He spoke about that tool, as he called it, in his farewell remarks here on the floor of the Senate. He said, "We're all looking to make our communities and country a better place. We might not always agree on what the solutions are, but we can respect each other for working to find one." And then he went on to say, "The 80% tool is where all of our energy, attention, and talents should be focused. If we just worked on the 20% that we don't agree on and will never agree on, we will only generate headlines about how hard we are working and nothing gets done. Just gridlock." Relying on his 80% tool enabled Mike Enzi to work with Ted Kennedy to reauthorize Head Start programs for preschoolers and tuition assistance programs for college students. He loved his state, he loved the Senate, he loved America. Mike Enzi and his wife Diana were an amazing partnership too, for over 50 years, 3 children and many grandchildren. Loretta and I send our condolences to Diana. Mike was a wonderful friend and colleague in the United States Senate, and he will be missed.